Okay, so you will need one branch type wreath. I got this from Michael's. And you'll need some craft floral picks. I chose some black and silver roses, so I'm going with a dark theme here. And I got some spiders and pumpkins and gourds, and they're purple, black, and silver. And then I found these cute little pumpkin bells and these battery operated lights. They're little tiny bats. Aren't they cute? And then this 3-inch wired ribbon with some spider webs on it. There's this purple sheer 1-inch ribbon I'm going to use, and this is also a 3-inch like a glitter mesh. I also found this cute little velvet pumpkin at Target. So first of all, I'm going to use this floral wire to make a loop on the back of it to hang it from. And I'm just going to wrap it around my hand a couple of times so it'll be nice and strong and sturdy. And I'm just going to wrap that end piece around it so it's not poking out. And make sure they're all even. And then I'm going to give it a nice long tail and then cut it off with my wire cutters. And then I'm just going to take the end of that tail and I'm going to kind of like feed it around, wrap it around all the way around. Making sure that it's nice and sturdy. So I'm going to take the tail end of that wire and I'm just going to feed it through some of the branches in the back a couple of times and then wrap it around the loop just to secure it and hide the ends. Now you got a hanger. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little pocket with a piece of felt for my battery pack. So just going to measure the size I need. And then I'm just going to use some hot glue here and put the little pocket together. Make sure to close up the bottom. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first step, but you could do that. So I'm just going to determine where I'm going to put that, and I'm going to use some hot glue to glue the pocket on to the back of the wreath. So then I'm just going to stick my batteries in there, turn on the lights, and then kind of hide the rest of that wire so I can't see it. Alright, so now I'm just going to decide where I'm going to place the lights. Kind of want them evenly spaced out throughout the wreath. I don't really need a whole lot on the top of the wreath because I'm going to have a big bow up there. And luckily these ones have these thin little black wires, so it hides really well on this black wreath. And I'm just kind of wrapping the little wires around parts of the branches to make them stay. Alright, now I'm going to make a bow with the 3-inch wide wired ribbon, and I'm just going to start off with a large loop and decide on the size that I want to make it first. Kind of just eyeballing it. And I'm going to be pinching it in the middle, but I want to make it a triple loop bow. So I'm going to go around 3 times. So I can have 3 loops on each side of the bow. And as I'm forming the bow, I'm just going to make sure that the loops are even and approximately the same size. And I'll just like fluff them out as as I'm shaping it. That's why I like the wired ribbon, because it holds its shape really well. Now I'm just going to wrap the ribbon around the center of the bow to secure the loop, to make it look like a knot. And check my placement and fluff it out. Now I also have this little plastic skull I'm going to add to it. But wait a minute, I forgot to show you the rest of the ribbon. Oh, crap. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I did with this Christmas ribbon, because I didn't have any more of that other one. And I'm just going to use this little embroidery hoop as the wreath. So you had your 3 loops right here. Okay. Now I'm going to cut it off. Use some heavy-duty kitchen scissors, because there's wire. You don't want to damage your fabric scissors or other good craft scissors. Then I'm going to pinch it off. Okay, make sure they're all like evenly done. Then so I took the remainder of it, fold it in half, mark your halfway point. That's going to go right there. We're going to pinch our ribbon together. We're going to take this around it and twist in the back 3 times. Then with the remainder, make the tails come out the side. Okay, then you're gonna hot glue it to your wreath, and then the remainder of the ribbons are gonna go around. Sorry if this is not large enough and doesn't look the same, but you get the gist, right? Then to get that real nice point on your ribbon, fold it in half at the end, and take your scissors. Don't cut the wire, but cut up at a diagonal to the middle of the ribbon, and have that really good point. Alright, so with a very sharp X-Acto knife, I'm going to cut some holes into the bottom of this little skull so that I can use some wire to attach it to my wreath. Okay, so I'm going to use this curved upholstery needle to help me thread the wire through the bottom of the skull, because it's really difficult to make it go through at an angle. I'm just going to go through those holes that I made, and this needle is going to help me get it through the other side real easy. See that? And then I'm going to take my wire cutters and just cut the wire off of the needle. Then I'm going to just twist that wire around the skull a few times to secure it. Alright, then I'm just going to attach it to the wreath by sticking the wires through the branches. And then on the back side, just, wrap the wires around some branches and twist it to secure it, keep it tight. And then just tuck the ends in or trim them off if you need to. Now I did the exact same thing with that little velvet pumpkin using the needle and wires. Okay, now I'm going to start hot gluing my ribbon into place. I'm going to do most of the hot gluing on the back side, just in case it shows through the ribbon. And I'm just like loosely wrapping the ribbon around the wreath. Okay, so I'm just loosely wrapping my ribbon around the wreath, and I'm going to position it, make it look kind of even, and then just put little spots of glue in the back to hold it in place. Alright, now I'm just going to make sure that the lights are stuck in the spots that I want them to be, and I'm hiding the little wires. You can put a little dab of hot glue under the lights to keep them in place, and I'm going to put a little dab underneath the ends of the ribbon and underneath my pumpkin Just keep that in place. I don't want it to be flopping around. Alright, now I'm just going to cut off all my roses. I'm going to leave the stems kind of long so I can use them as the wires for attaching to the wreath. And I'm going to do the same thing to these guys. Just cut them all off. I'm going to leave this little spider sitting on this leaf here. But I'm going to set these aside for right now. And I'm going to put those little bells on. I'm going to need help with getting the little strings through, so I'm going to use some tweezers and just thread it through and slip the little rope thing over the bell and just hang it off. Okay, now I'm gonna put some roses all around underneath the skull and the pumpkin to kind of hide the bottom of the wreath. I'm gonna use 3 roses. That feels appropriate. Got 5 in total, so I'll put 3 on the bottom and then the other 2 on the sides. Now I'm just going to hot glue the roses in place. And you can see at this point I've already stuck a bunch of little decorations in. And how I'm basically doing is I'm starting with the larger items first and spreading them out evenly, and then going in and adding the smaller elements in, spacing them out and just, you know, kind of making it even, so you can see everything. And before you glue it in, you know, decide if that's a spot that you like it to be. And then just start hot gluing them into place. Okay, at this point you can see that I've added the other 2 ribbons all the way around. I just loosely wrapped them around the wreath, attaching the ends in the back, hiding them, and gluing it down in spots. And I added some little tendrils or curlicues of the narrow purple one. And I'm making some curls here by wrapping it up on a pencil and using some hairspray to set the curl. So here it is. I really love how it turned out. The glitter mesh just kind of adds a little sparkle to it. Gives it like a lacy element. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. You can also make the same kind of wreath, but in different holiday themes. Just use different types of items, different colors. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.